Tough place to go, tough conditions, but that'll do us fine, eh?
As we travel, if you're far away, through the triumph and struggle, we're there, side by side.
What's happening, Celtic family? I hope you're all doing well out there. Let's start this off as we do normally. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below. It is free to do so and it helps us grow this channel together. But let's start by talking about the result today and the performance on Celtic. I was absolutely delighted with the performance. As Brendan said through the week in his press conference, he started to make up a few excuses for us. Let's be honest that we were kind of depleted. We had a bit of a depleted squad, and it's true. The likes of Idah and Kyogo and Kun being out is always difficult. They're big players for us, so had to have them off and go away to the likes of Dingwall to face Ross County is a tall order and can be a task at times, especially, let's be honest, that pitch was absolutely dreadful. But I get it, there's two teams playing and they're playing on the same pitch, so you can't make that up as an excuse. But I mean, the weather was freezing cold. You could see it on the pitch, the frost just over the top of the pitch. So anything could have happened. And as I said, with Kun being out and with Idah, who are top players for us, and we rely on them heavily out in the wings, it could have went either way. But from start to finish, pretty much finished, from the start anyway, I was more than impressed with the way Celtic pressed. I thought the press was brilliant. Now, we've all went and had this big conversation, and the conversations went back and forward about Brendan Rodgers when he came out about playing the ball back. But if they're going to play the ball back in that manner, I'll take that every day, because they played the ball back and it was still in the opposition's half. It was still in the Ross County half because we played so high up the pitch. We pressed so high. And with also Alistair Johnson playing so high down that right hand side, it made it so difficult for Ross County to defend. And I thought at some point, I was really surprised that we only got one. And that's not taking anything away from Jordan. I think it's Amasia, or if I've got that wrong, I'm not sure. But Jordan something anyway, who was in goals for Ross County. That guy saved them from about 3 or 4 goals in the first half, and then even in the second half he was great. So listen, you've got to tip your hat to that, because he was absolutely impressive. He was the big difference for Ross County, because I thought, listen, we won it 4-1, but I thought if it wasn't for him, that could have been 6, 7, possibly even 8. But the press from Celtic in the first half particularly, the second half the press was still there, we were still high, but I thought the first half, the high intensity sort of press was brilliant, was really good. And as Brendan said, and he is right to say as well, we're going through a time where we're playing a lot of football. There's football games every 3 days. No, it doesn't matter what we think that they're professional footballers, they should be able to hack it. But remember, we normally get that winter break, so to not have that winter break and play all the way through, it's going to take its toll on players. And I think that you started to see it, things started to get a wee bit, not sloppy, but it was just, probably just a wee bit sloppy towards the end of the second half. We maybe weren't just as composed as we could have been, but that's fine. You have to take these things into consideration with the likes of the fact that at times, I know the scoreline maybe doesn't say it, and it maybe flatters Ross County to a certain point as well, but I did think Ross County were set up pretty well. It's just Celtic's high press and the relentlessness was always going to see us through. So listen, the likes of Kyogo, who I've came on here over the last wee while, and I will definitely put my hands up to it and said that Idah should get more of a chance, because I just didn't think Kyogo has been hitting the heights of what we're used to seeing Kyogo do. And I put my hands up to it because today he was brilliant. Not only did he score 2, and not only did he get man of the match, and well-deserved man of the match, but he was, and the reason for the reason that he got man of the match is because he was all over the park. He was all over the park. If he wasn't up front creating and moving off the ball, he was back defending. I thought he was phenomenal. I thought he was really, really good, and I thought that he was back to looking like that old Kyogo way. I don't think anybody can sort of argue the point that Kyogo has just not been firing in all cylinders this whole season. But when he comes out with performances like that, you know, it's kind of a massive fuck you to me from Brendan when I'm saying he should be taken off and he shouldn't be starting because Idah should get a go. He knows better than me. That's why he plays him, and that's why he goes with him all the time, because he can come up and produce special moments in games. Even when I'm saying that he's not been at his best, he has had moments. But today, he was brilliant all the way through the game. All the way through the game. Just the way he's running off the ball, his wee turns, just everything. It just looked like Kyogo was back. But leading on from there, and obviously talking about Kyogo and talking about the strikers up front, Idah. And as I said that Idah should be given his chance. I feel like over the last wee while, he has been given his chance. But he's just not, for me, he's just not sort of hitting the heights of what we maybe expected. You know, Idah came in last year on loan and made an impact straight away, I think, from his first game, scoring from the spot a few times. He was that target man. And then obviously because of the Scottish Cup final, you know, that was the one that nailed it in the head, that, you know, Celtic supporters were onto a good thing there and didn't really want to let him go, and were willing to kind of pay whatever it was that we had to pay to get him to the club. He comes with a £9 million price tag above him. I think he's feeling that kind of pressure, I've got to admit. I don't think that he's not a good player. I think he is a good player. I think it's just taking him a bit of time this season to get into it. We can't say that it's just going to take people time to embed when they first come in. He was there from January last year. He hit the ground running, so I think that maybe there's just a wee bit sort of pressure on his head, because he did hit the ground running the first time he came last year. When he first came in the door, he made an impression. It's a bit frustrating with Idah. And I think I'm pretty sure it's frustrating for him as well, because he's not just hitting the heights that we thought that he might do. And again, it's probably having that £9 million price tag on his head, and you can see him getting frustrated when he makes a misplaced pass, or he's maybe not in the right area, or he can't get a shot away. So it's not like he's not trying. He absolutely is. I don't really want to single out many players today, because I thought everybody was brilliant. I thought everybody put a shift in. As we know, as I've already spoke about, when Brendan came out and kind of made excuses that, you know, we maybe don't have the players in there that we want, so, and that's getting to that point in the year, and you know, people are getting tired, and I understand that, but we came out and we played some brilliant football. I don't think there was any need to make any excuses, but it's always good to put the excuses in there just in case it goes the other way. But I don't really want to single out any players, but I'm kind of going to single out a couple, because I think that they deserve it. But one guy I'm going to single out, in fact I'm going to single out a couple, but one guy I would like to talk about, because I thought he was brilliant today. I really did. And I thought he's been pretty good the last two games. Makes a few misplaced passes, but is Yang. I thought he was brilliant down the wing today. I thought he was great at cutting in. He got himself into some amazing positions. He got us that penalty, which, by the way, was 100% a penalty. 100% a penalty. When people are saying that there's not much in it at the end, it's 100% a penalty. And they were going on about, well, he actually missed the ball. He missed the ball because he was taken down. He missed the ball because the defender came in and wiped him out. It was a penalty. It was a penalty all day long, just as the Ross County's penalty was a penalty. I see a few people on social media saying that it was never a penalty. It was 100% a penalty. Alistair Johnson was out of position. He knew that. I think he actually said in his interview that he knew it was a penalty. So it was an absolute penalty. But Yang got himself into that position, got us a penalty, and we went on to score from it. But I thought his contribution today was brilliant. His contribution was brilliant. Is he great? He's not the greatest at maybe crossing the ball, and it's maybe something that he's got to work on. But I think there's a player there. I really do think that there's a player there. And that's not to say that we don't look to strengthen on the wings, either this month or in the summer. I think that we do need to still strengthen in there. But it's really, really nice when you've got the likes of Maeda and Kuhn out there, and you've got Yang that can come in there and give a performance like that. I was pretty impressed with him. And another player I have to give a mention to is a player that I seem to be mentioning, which is a great thing, seem to be mentioning pretty much every game. Forget the Rangers game, right? Because we were all absolutely fucking horrendous. But is Arne Engels. That guy is showing, and I've said it before, that guy is showing why he's £11 million. Now, I know there's a lot of yous out there who go, he's not really showing he's £11 million player. And I can understand that and I can get it, but he's going to show you between now and the end of the season exactly why Celtic paid that kind of money for him. Because if it wasn't for Kyogo scoring the 2 goals today, he was my man of the match, without a doubt. The guy gets himself in so many positions. He's starting to rule what we've been so lucky to see Callum McGregor do for such a long time, is rule the middle of the park. Now we've got another guy in there who does it. Now when the likes of Rangers are then come and want to play us, like they did at Ibrox, if we can take Callum McGregor out the game and make him quiet, then it'll start to go our way. You're going to have to try and make Arne Engels and Callum McGregor quiet. That pairing in there is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And when you've got a guy, listen, I mean, Celtic from dead balls, corners, free kicks, has been something that we've struggled for a long, long time. Just can't get it in there. The pace is not right on the ball. But Arne Engels has got it all. Not only can he do dead balls, but his movement on and off the ball, absolutely phenomenal. He's always in. Something I said about Callum McGregor, if you're watching it on telly and you pause it and look for Callum McGregor, he's always in space, constantly in space. Arne Engels is exactly the same. And that duo in there is just going to get better and better and better. So let's keep it to the midfield just for a wee minute, and I'm going to mention them because I've mentioned them before. Rio Hatate. Rio, I thought, was slightly better today. There might be and there will be probably loads yet who are going to disagree with that and think that he was brilliant, because a lot of people can't see past Hatate, and I get it. Because there is no doubt in my mind that Hatate is an absolute brilliant footballer. But again, like Kyogo, he's just not hit the heights this season for me. Last season, you can give him a bit of a break. I think I was probably a wee bit too harsh on him going on about last year. He wasn't the greatest last year there. He was out for a lot of the season. So, I just think when he came back, he maybe didn't impress me too much. But again, that could be just coming back from injury. This whole season, he's not really impressed me at all. He's had times where you see the pure and utter brilliance from the guy that we all know that he can do. But today, I thought he was a bit better today. I thought at times he really looked like the Hatate that we all know. But again, I'm still not putting Hatate in there before Bernardo. For me, just a personal opinion. I think Bernardo should be starting these games. I think that the times that we've taken on Rio over the past 2 or 3 games, when he's came on as a sub, he's made more of an impact. Again, but that's not to say that I thought he was he was terrible today. I just don't think that Bernardo should have been benched. I think that Bernardo has kind of earned his right to get on that starting 11. Again, a lot of people will refer back to Bernardo and how quiet he was against Rangers on the second, but there's not a player in there that got pass marks. There's not. Bernardo was quiet, but the whole team were shocking, and keep going back and referring to that, and I don't mean to, but I know that that's the type of thing that people will look at, that, you know, I know that he was quiet. But apart from that, Bernardo through this season for me has been quite consistent. He's played some really, really good football. So For me, Bernardo needs to start in there before Hatat. But listen guys, overall, it was a good performance. Good performance. Even when Ross County scored a penalty, there wasn't any point in me that was worried and thinking that this could end a draw or Ross County could go on and win. Celtic always looked like that they were going to score. They always looked like they were going to find a way to go and win that game. And to be honest with you, I didn't think we'd end up getting 4 goals. I thought we might have got another one and just seen it out. But as we've said before, it gets to this point in the season where sometimes you just need to grind out a result. But listen, it turned out that it was actually a bit easier than what I thought it was going to be. So overall, an absolute brilliant performance. Really, really glad that now we've got another 3 points on the board. That's us sitting 18 points. That lot have obviously got to play tomorrow, but we'll see what happens there. But listen, what a great position to be in. And we're not even in the middle of January. But let me know what you're thinking in the comment section. Let me know on what you thought about Adam Idah and what you think about Adam Idah. Do you think that we just need to give him a wee bit more time? He will become good. Let me know what you thought about Kyogo and what you thought about his season so far. But let me know what you thought about his game today, also his season so far. Let me know what you thought about Yang. Let me know if you think that he has definitely got a football. We've definitely got a footballer in him, and you're quite happy to see him play some more games. And obviously Engels. Engels has been fantastic. He started slow. We all know that. We were all getting a wee bit impatient. I was getting a wee bit impatient because of the price tag on his head. But for me, if it wasn't for Kyogo scoring 2 goals and actually having a really good game today, Engels was a man to get man of the match. Let me know in the comment section what you're thinking. Listen guys, thank you very much for all your support on the channel. It's been absolutely amazing. We're fast approaching 1,000 subscribers in just over three and a bit weeks, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely brilliant. I love the Celtic family. You guys support everybody and I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't done it already, please hit the subscribe button below. As I said, it helps grow this channel. But listen, until the next time guys, stay safe out there and hail, hail, take it easy.